Okay, so let's go ahead to set up our topics. So I created this folder named admin, and inside of it, I created this topics setup.py file. We're going to use this to create all of the necessary topics that we need with the proper configuration, okay, for our pipeline. First thing, let's import our libraries. Very similar to what we've been doing. We're going to add a project root. Again, 3 folders. Let's insert this. Now let's import our Kafka admin wrapper. We'll be using our wrappers now from now on. Okay, now we know how to do it without it and with it. So we're gonna do this. Let's import also YAML because we're gonna read from our file. Okay, let's set up our log. Similar to what I've been doing. You can copy from other codes, but if you're getting here straight to the project, that's why I'm typing it from scratch. The name, the level name, message. Awesome. Let's create our logger, instantiate the logging, and let's call it setup topics. That's fine. Okay. Now we're going to create a function that we're going to use to load our configuration. Okay. So we're going to keep the configuration separate from the code, just like we've seen, because we can like have the same code working on different environments, so it gives us some flexibility. We want to keep like possible passwords and security things. We're not handling it there, but you can keep it out from your source code. It will be a little bit easier to maintain if any of our code changes. And it's best practice to have configuration externalized from the main code. All right, so let's create this load config. What I'll basically do, we're gonna pass the path where we will have our configuration file. In our case, it's inside config, pipeline config, YAML. Let's open this. I'm gonna return the YAML.saveLoad. Yes, okay. So this is going to load our YAML file. And now let's set up our topics. So let's define a setup topics for our project. This is basically going to create all of the necessary topics. All right. So we start with the configuration because before creating any resource, we're going to load the configuration, because this is going to give us our broker addresses, the topic names, all of the partition replication strategies. All right. So we basically load the configs from there. So the config is going to be load config. So we extract this here. Okay. Now, again, we've talked this in the introduction, but why we're setting up multiple brokers? Because we've seen fault tolerance. So if one broker is down during the startup, the client can still connect. We're going to distribute the load. Okay. So clients can discover and connect to different brokers. Resilience of the network, they might be in different availability zones. Okay, so in production, you'll typically list 3 to 5 brokers minimum, even if you have more than 20 plus. All right, so the bootstrap servers, we're gonna read it from our Kafka and our key is the bootstrap servers here. So we have Kafka, and then I have bootstrap servers, and I'll have all of our 3 values. Okay, so we load from the config. So since we've been logging everything, we'll keep logging it, initializing Kafka admin with brokers, and then our bootstrap service. Okay, now let's go ahead and create our Kafka admin and our bootstrap servers that are just defined. Perfect. Now we need to define the topic. We'll have it straight in our config. We have our topics, and we have the purchase. So let's log everything here. We can do creating topic, topic name. We can do partitions equals to 3. Replication factor equals to 3. That's what I've been setting. Minimum in-sync replicas equals to 2. Retention equals to 7/8. Okay, so this is how do we implement this? All right, we just pass information to our create topics method that we have implemented. So the results admin.create topics. Topic names will be the topic name. Num partitions 3. Replication factor 3. Retention MS is going to be 7 times 24 times 60 times 60 times 1000. So that's 7 days in milliseconds. Okay. I'll also have a cleanup policy to be delete. Min in sync replicas equals to 2. And compression types snappy. Okay. So number of partitions to be equals to 3 because we've seen 1 partition per region for logical separation. Okay, so that's why we're having this. In the real world, we often start with like 2 times the expected consumer instances for the partitions. Replication factor equals to 3 means again that every message is going to be copied to the 3 different brokers. This means that it can still survive with 2 broker failures without losing any data. The mean in sync replicas equals to 2, we're gonna say that we want our producer to wait for 2 replicas to send us back the acknowledge before considering the write successful. So just balance a little bit of durability. The retention is how long we want our Kafka to keep our messages before deleting it. And compression snappy, it's just a good balance between CPU and compression ratio. Okay, so now we got our results. Remember the futures stuff. So if we get results back and we get a topic name, let's log it. Topic created successfully. Otherwise, topic if we already have the topic name, it was created or already exists. Okay. Now let's list all of the topics. Let's say a listing all topics in cluster. just for us to be able to check it. We have our list topics function implemented. So for topics, in all of the topics, click it again. So I don't know, should we should print everything. Let's not print the internal ones. So if the topic does not starts with the underscore, because we're not creating anything with underscore, so we're skipping like consumer offset and all of those internal topics. Let's just try to see what we have here. Let's log them. Topics. All right. What else can you do here? Let's describe the topic configuration maybe. That could be idea. Let's see what we have describing here. So topic configuration details for topic name. So let's print it out as well. So our configurations, we're gonna get it from our describe topics configs, and we're gonna send it our list of the subject, which will be topic, and we have the name topic name. If we get any configs, topic config, topic name, empty here. So important configs will be retention, cleanup policy, min in sync replicas, replication factor, compression type, and the maximum bytes per messages. Okay, so for each one of those, if we have them, let's just log it. Let's just say config key will be the topic config. Config key. Cool. All right, I think that's good for now. So just for us to be able to create a topic in a more like fancy way, we're gonna try to set up our topics. And then if we get an exception, we'll do fail to set up topics E. And then exit. So this is our topic setup, and we're ready to test it out. Now we're ready to test it. If you're getting the code from GitHub, you should not need to worry about it. But if you're following along, let's go back to the admin wrapper. We need to do a slightly modification. The first thing is on our create topics, we forgot to return the result so we can use it. So add this return at the end of create topics. And there was a typo for listing the retention MS, so we need to change if it's not none. Okay, it was before it if it's none, if it's not none, just like we're doing with the other. After you do those changes, come back to the topic setup, and we're gonna also change here into our printing the configurations, we're going to change that to rows because now we need to match what our wrapper was doing, not manually creating it. So we're listing only the first part of the configs to get it. Okay? Fetch the most recent version from the repo, and then just go ahead, run topic setup. Okay? After you run it, you see that failed because I didn't save the changes before running. But now, creating the topic shop stream purchases, it was already exist because when I ran it on the one that failed, it was created. But you'll see you won't see the already exists. Then it's retrieving the topics from the cluster. You can see here shop stream purchases and all of the configs: retention policy, delete, in-sync replicas, message bytes. So now if you go to your UI and you refresh it, you'll see shop stream purchases here, the topic created, all of the 3 partitions, replication factor 3. You'll see you have all in-sync replicas as well, and everything should be good for the topic creation. So make sure you adjust the admin wrapper if you haven't. If you're pulling from GitHub, it should be all set. And adjust as well how we're printing out the config, because now we're matching the admin wrapper. All right.